Alright guys, we're now back. So, welcome back guys to GGHC, pumping into the Watts back again. And in this video, we got some stuff to talk about. So, if you remember, I did the video, it was a live stream a little bit over a year ago. It was a video called Why I'm Not Going to My Junior Senior Prom. Well, it was going to be junior prom, and before the virus, I was going to be on this year, but then that video is kind of relevant now. And this is the sequel to it. And when you find out what it's going to be called, basically, well, it's two things. First, we're going to talk about why I'm not going to my graduation, which you probably already know. Some of you might already know, but for those that don't, I'm not going to my graduation. Well, the reason is that I mentioned this before. I mentioned that this year because this is earlier this year, before the virus, before the pandemic, about how some of our past incidents have happened, and I don't want to have another number 3 because we've already had number 1, number 2. I don't want a number 3 because that's just gonna. We've already had one. We've already had one summer I'm not concerned about, but the more recent one, 2019 summer, was a joke because the ring ceremony happened right before, and it was during the Kingdom era, and all that kind of just got mixed in together, and then you had this big giant thing just looming over that summer, and that kind of just brought the energy down. I mean, we didn't have as much protection as we did in 2018 because that was before the ring ceremony that I had. Well, mine, because I had them in 2019. I mean, the reason I say that is that I'm not going to be putting up with the graduation because it's not going to be a normal graduation. It will just be like something different. I want no part of that because I'm pretty stubborn about that because it's like, well, what's the point? If I'm not going to force myself to do it, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it because the one thing is that I'm not. Now that I'm probably going to get comments saying, "Well, what are you talking about? What?" Well, watch the video and you'll understand. I mean, I don't think that we need a number. We need a number 3 because we've already had 2 incidents enough. Well, one, well, they weren't really much of a big deal, but there is inconsistency. And I mean, the one thing is that, well, one, I don't know why the first one happened. I mean, it's just weird. But the second one was because it happened during the year anniversary. So, a 2-year anniversary, the 1-year anniversary of my channel back in April of 2019. And oh my God, I mean, I just knew it was like a year. We knew that there was going to be something big that day, and that's why I didn't go to my prom. And if you remember that video, I said in that video, I think there's going to be something big happen on the day of the ring ceremony. It's just going to get ugly real quickly. And when I told my mother to put the phone down, I was mad. I mean, I was furious. I'm like, you don't do that. I don't care. I mean, I was like, you know what? If we have a pandemic, I'm not going to that graduation. I don't care. Because even if it was a virtual graduation, I would still not be going to it because that's something that I have a tendency to do because, I mean, I'm just not known to be very caring about it. I just don't care because it's like, hey, well, one way or another, I'm going to get it. And you know what? I'd rather have it sent in the mail than I just see it and it's like, okay, there it is. All right, I'm going back down here. All right, bye. I see it? Okay. Neat. Well, I think that's a lot better because doing that whole ceremony thing is just that would basically destroy the summer. And the beach vacation would not help it. And I'm trying to prevent that. I know I should be a lot more caring to my parent about it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to I'm not going to go to that graduation ceremony. I refuse to do it. And now that I have a video documented and it's out there confirmed that I'm not going to it and I'm not changing my mind, I refuse to change my mind. I'm not doing it. That's why I'm not even saying anything, because I'm not interested. I'm going to have it sent, the diploma sent in the mail, and then they have it. It's all over. I mean, it's basically over. Because then, I mean, what would have happened was, oh boy, you would have heard the story the day after, like when it originally happened. You would have heard the full story, and there would have been a little bit of ranting, and I would have had to put a disclaimer in the video that someone might be offended. If you easily offended, I suggest you not watch this video. Yeah, that's what would have to happen. But I'm not going to get into that. It's 2020. I'm not going to be judging anybody. The one thing I am going to start judging is the type. I mean, for me, it seems that that's just the case with a lot of things. I mean, this time around, I'm just not gonna. I don't want any part of that. I just want get the diploma in the mail, move on from it, get the rest of the summer going. I mean, well, sure. I mean, it's July now, and when we hit, I mean, the summer will end in like September. At the end of September is when this whole summer thing was just rounded up, and it was just all summers will be rounded up together. So you can already tell. Maybe I can't believe you can. Well, in order for summer to do well, it has to have the least amount of issues. And the one issue is that we've been having for, because I mean, if we had if I went to my graduation, this summer would have been done. This summer would have been done. It wouldn't have been a summer. I would have been. I mean, I wouldn't be as far as in Alabama as I am now on trains, which you're seeing right now. This is in Ozark. I mean, the one thing is that I'm pretty sure that if we start having I mean, the one thing about the graduation thing is that I just don't want any part of it. And I mean, well, this video will be going out on Friday. So if I start getting comments to say you should go, that comment will be deleted. That's one rule I'm going to have. If I start seeing comments saying, hey, did you see you should still go to graduation? Well, I'm going to ignore that comment because that's kind of a dumb comment because I want no part of it. I just don't want, I want no part of it. So yeah, I mean, that's the one thing that, for those people that just think I should be going, I got news for you. Why don't you just go sit in the corner and whine and cry for your mother? Like someone who I'm not going to name is a wish. Yeah, I'm not mentioning any names, but for those people who know what I'm talking about out there, I'm not naming names. So if you realize who you are, and you start continuing to whine and cry about you being caught of the stuff that you've done to other people, and it's the reason why I'm not going to the graduation, then yeah, that's probably why. Because I don't want. Well, the one thing is, this previous Sunday, like this previous Sunday, I went to the school for like our senior video, and you know me, if you have the guts to, oh, I mean, it could have turned out a lot worse than it did. Because if they had me just go on a tangent, I would have been on a tangent for hours, 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 just hours, just on a long tangent about just, yeah. I mean, that would have been like, oh god, here we go. Yep, I told you. Yep, I told you. I told you that he did that. And if you're gonna start accusing me of that, well, guess what? I got news for you. Why don't you just go sit in the corner and just whine and just find something better to do with your life if you're just gonna sit here and accuse me of, oh, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna listen to that. Cause if I start seeing comments that just starts accusing and stuff like that, I'm gonna start blocking them. Because the other thing I'm talking about, this is the big issue with YouTube, and a lot of people know. I mean, if you watch this was back like December, and I was gonna make a video about this back then. It was like right around the time of Thanksgiving of 2019. There was a channel. I'll pull it up for you. Hold on a minute. Hold on a second. Let me go to my home page. Channels. I need this one. Okay, here we go. Any family. This is the one. I don't know if I told you this, but this channel right here was hacked for the longest time. I mean, I remember seeing it, and it went from this to Fortnite, and I mean, I'm like, oh no, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, I didn't subscribe for this. And look at the subscriber count right here. And we were at 44K like back in October. Now this channel has lost over, let me see, 3,000 subscribers. I mean, you wouldn't think that's a lot, but if you have 44K subscribers, that is huge. I mean, that is huge. I mean, that's some major. I mean, this channel was hacked, and I'm gonna say this right now. If I start getting comments that says "When you be fringe," you're gonna be blocked right away. You are gonna be blocked immediately because I'm not gonna be any part of that. So just be warned that if you're one of those hackers out there, you might as well not do that because you're. I mean, you're just pathetic people who are just. You hacked her channel, and for that guy who did that, you know what? You need to go sit in the corner and think about what you did because that was despicable. That was a despicable thing you did. You had no right to do that. You had no right to hack her channel because that channel was good until you messed it up. And now that channel lost 3,000 subscribers because of you. And for that guy that did that, my God, you're such an idiot. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, if you think that that's acceptable, why don't you just get out of the YouTube world and go find something else to do that is going to be meaning of your time? Because if I have to be the one loser that has to deal with this, I mean, the one thing is, you know what I meant by that, not a loser, but why are you calling yourself that? Well, the reason I'm saying that is because people just need to realize that if you have the guts to just go in and hack someone's channel, because that channel I just showed you guys, that channel was hacked since November 30th. And I remember seeing it. I'm like, this isn't normal. This is what, I mean, Fortnite, and I didn't know. There was something was fishy. I didn't realize that, is there like a new thing where people are stealing channels? And then I found out that channels are getting hacked, and this was one of them. And I mean, oh God, I mean, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, that's just the one thing that, I mean, for all those hackers out there that are hacking YouTube channels, you need to be caught because if you keep doing what you're doing, you're gonna be, I mean, you're screwing yourself over. I mean, you're basically incriminating yourself. And you remember when I was ranting, when I was talking about that in a Marco Wii stream, about when you're damaging your own self and you're putting yourself, you're using, like when they say, whatever you say can be used against you. That's what you're doing when you're just going after YouTube channels for showing you. You need to be dealt with because that's just pathetic. I mean, that's the one thing that I'm kind of tired of because if I have to see it again, my brain is literally going to implode. I mean, it's just getting ridiculous. I mean, so let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't. And as always, guys, there will be more to come shortly. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. See y'all later.